Welcome to my studio. I just got back from Orlando, the unveiling of the Gospel Gardens, which was a huge project. It took me more than 3 years nonstop. And within that project, what I wanted to do was create stations of the cross in the foreground, but then have really interesting scenes in the back. And what I soon developed was actually creating small little scenes within the sculpture, scenes of the parables. And throughout those 3 years, I was just nonstop listening to the Bible on repeat. And the richness of the parables really hit me on the project. And after that, I began to think of a new sculpture park, the Parable Park, that would have every single parable that Jesus taught within one sculptural project. It's astonishing for me, 2,000 years of Christianity, and no one has thought of doing the Parable Park, all of the parables. So this is another Herculean project that I think will be absolutely amazing once it's done. I know a sculpture project is good when I want to see it. I want to see the Parable Park. And I think what we really have to do is diversify the way we experience the Bible. And I ideally see it where you would have a QR code and you can have little lectures about each of these parables. So someone, instead of reading at a library indoors on a couch, they're actually reading with their eyes outside. They're experiencing the parables in a very unique new way. One of the first things I thought about was my Dante project, 100 Cantos of the Divine Comedy. And by creating that, I became fearless about doing sculpture. I am no longer afraid of sculpture. 100 cantos. My routine was just absolutely amazing. I would wake up early in the morning. I would read the cantos that I was working on that day. In the evening, I would study how other artists represented these cantos. And then in the morning, I would just become part of Dante. It was so exciting. That was 100 cantos. Now, the parables, there's around 40 parables that I hope to put within sculpture. And this is going to be a very spiritual experience for me. And through this, I will really deepen my understanding of the parables. Because when you're creating, it's almost like you're a director. You're controlling the scene. You have to really get into the subject matter to know how to translate it visually. So I'm looking very much forward to this experience. It will probably take me a whole year to do. Like the Dante Sculpture Park, where I had this portrait of Dante starting the first canto. I wanted to have a representation of Jesus. Jesus taught in parables. And I thought this would be the introduction, having Jesus as the first sculpture you see, and then from that you go to what he taught through the parables. And so my representation of Jesus, I thought, I don't just want to have a handout like this. Jesus taught, like this. It would look so false. I just envisioned this representation of Christ as how he would be if he was teaching me the parables. I wanted to have this a serious Jesus. I wanted to have him like the teacher of these spiritual messages should be. Very, very auspicious, very strong looking, very important. His whole stance, I think, is one that has this solidity about it. The strength is revealed within his whole structure, even his hands. And so this is just the beginning of this project. I'm so happy to be doing this. And like I mentioned, there's so many blind spots within Christianity that has yet to been revealed with sculpture, and that's my job.